If Asian Americans were a country of their own, they would have the fifth largest economy in the world. They make up about 6% of the US population. But when you look inside operating rooms, server rooms, and corporate boardrooms, that number doesn't tell the whole story. The median household income for Asian Americans exceeds $100,000 a year, the highest of any major demographic group in the United States. But behind those numbers are stories most people never see. A mother working 12-hour shifts at a nail salon so her children can attend college. A father driving trucks through the night while sending money back home. First-generation immigrants building a foundation with their own hands so the next generation can stand on it without ever having to look down. Today, we're looking at the 5 wealthiest Asian communities in America. The real stories behind the numbers. Number 5. Filipino Americans. The Filipino community in the United States didn't arrive in a single wave. They came across different generations, through different professions, and through different opportunities, building their success gradually in a way few communities have. The median household income of Filipino Americans is around $90,000 a year. Not the highest on this list, but the story behind that number is unique. In many households, both adults work, and both are employed in stable professional careers. Nursing is the backbone of the community. More than 20% of foreign-born nurses in the United States are of Filipino origin. A remarkable figure for a country that represents less than 1% of the world's population. They don't just work in hospitals. They lead departments, train new staff, and increasingly move into management and leadership positions. Alongside them are military personnel, engineers, accountants, and other professionals in fields that require specialized qualifications and provide stable incomes over decades. The Filipino community doesn't typically pursue quick wins. They build slowly, build steadily, and build together. One of the least talked about advantages is their network. A Filipino nurse who has already established a career often helps relatives navigate the immigration process, prepare for licensing exams, and find opportunities in hospitals. That chain continues from one generation to the next. Number 4. Japanese Americans. Japanese Americans are the oldest Asian community in the United States, and their story includes a chapter that no other community on this list was forced to endure. In 1942, more than 120,000 Japanese Americans were sent to internment camps simply because of their ancestry. Businesses were lost, homes were lost, careers were lost, and when the war ended, many walked out of those camps and had to start over from nothing. The Nisei generation, the second generation born in the United States, came to a powerful conclusion. The best way to protect themselves from ever experiencing that kind of loss again was to become indispensable. They pursued education with extraordinary focus. Engineering, medicine, law, architecture. Professions where knowledge and qualifications could not be taken away. Today, the median household income of Japanese Americans is around $85,000 a year. But that number tells only part of the story. The Sansei and Yonsei generations, the third and fourth generations, have become so deeply integrated into American society that the line between community identity and mainstream America has, in many ways, almost disappeared. They no longer feel the need to prove themselves. The story of Japanese Americans teaches a powerful lesson. Even when a system tries to take everything from you, discipline and education remain two things that no one can permanently take away. Number 3. Chinese Americans. Chinese Americans are the largest Asian community in the United States, with more than 5 million people. They are also one of the most diverse in terms of background and starting point. Some arrived from Hong Kong and Taiwan during the 1960s and 1970s, with engineering degrees in hand, heading directly toward opportunities in Silicon Valley. Others came from provinces such as Fujian and Guangdong, with little or no English, opening restaurants in Chinatowns across America and working tirelessly until their children graduated from college. Completely different beginnings. Yet, after 2 generations, many achieved remarkably similar outcomes. The median household income of Chinese Americans is around $98,000 a year. In the technology sector, they are a major force, from software engineers to executives, leading some of the world's largest companies. In major real estate markets such as Los Angeles, San Francisco, and New York, their presence is impossible to ignore. But the true strength of the community lies in something deeper. Networks, or guanxi, as it is often called in Chinese culture. Relationships built carefully over decades, business associations, regional hometown organizations, parent groups, alumni networks, professional circles. When opportunities appear, the community often becomes the first door people knock on. Number 2, Indian Americans. If you look at the list of Fortune 500 CEOs over the past decade, Google, Microsoft, Adobe, IBM, FedEx, one thing becomes impossible to ignore. Indian Americans are helping lead some of the most influential companies in the United States. The median household income of Indian Americans exceeds $130,000 a year, the highest of any major demographic group in America. That number is not the result of luck or timing. It is the result of decades of highly selective immigration patterns. Many Indians came to the United States through the H-1B visa program, which attracts highly skilled professionals in technology, engineering, medicine, and science. They didn't arrive hoping to figure things out later. They arrived with engineering degrees, medical degrees, and advanced qualifications from some of India's most competitive institutions, stepping directly into opportunities at major global companies. But the real difference goes beyond education. It comes from generational expectations. The children of those engineers and physicians often grew up in households where academic achievement was taken extremely seriously. A B grade wasn't considered success. Medical school, law school, or a top-tier university was often viewed as the minimum expectation. That system comes with its own pressures, but the results are difficult to ignore. Number 1, Korean Americans. The Korean American community is perhaps the least talked about on this list, not because their story is any less impressive, but because they rarely tell it themselves. More than 1.8 million Korean Americans live in the United States. Their median household income is around $82,000 a year. But that number hides something even more interesting. Korean Americans have one of the highest rates of entrepreneurship among immigrant communities in America. They don't just look for jobs, they create them. Laundromats, grocery stores, restaurants, and beauty supply shops became hallmarks of Korean American communities in cities like Los Angeles and New York. Beginning in the 1970s, families worked together, kept costs low, and reinvested constantly. Not because it was their dream, but because it was the fastest way to build capital when they had neither strong networks nor fluency in the language. The second generation. The children who grew up behind the cash registers of their parents' businesses entered college with something no classroom could teach. They understood that money doesn't appear on its own, and that no job is too small if it's helping build something larger. Today, many of that generation have become doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, and investors. They're building businesses far larger than the small stores their parents once operated. And the cycle continues, with each generation standing on the shoulders of the one before it and seeing a little farther. 5 communities, 5 different paths. Filipino Americans built through professional careers and strong networks. Japanese Americans rebuilt through education after losing everything. Chinese Americans built through systems and connections. Indian Americans built through skills and generational expectations. Korean Americans built through the hard work of small business owners and the vision of the generations that followed. But if you look closely, one theme runs through every story. None of them waited for perfect conditions. They started with what they had, where they were, and built from there. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Leave a comment below and let me know which community on this list surprised you the most. And I'll see you in the next video.